Idaho Matters is brought to you in part by St. Luke's Pharmacy, now offering free home delivery. For daily medications or one-time prescriptions, home delivery is easy to set up. It's convenient and safe. St. Luke's Pharmacy, now delivering to your doorstep. Information on how to get started at stlukesonline.org.
Love Boise State Public Radio podcasts? They are free to enjoy, but not free to produce. If you can give, your support helps keep shows like Idaho Matters and Scandalize available to everyone. Donate now at boisestatepublicradio.org.
More Idaho Matters now from the studios of Boise State Public Radio News. I'm Gemma Gaudette. Every kid needs a bike, but bicycles can be expensive, and that means some are left without a pair of wheels. And a lot of bicycles get thrown away and end up in the Meridian landfill. So those bikes often just need a little love and repair to be rideable again. So the Recycle a Bicycle program was born. It's a collaboration between Meridian Solid Waste Advisory Commission and Republic Services. So here to tell us about the program and how you can get a free bicycle are Steve Corey with the City of Meridian Solid Waste Advisory Commission and Republic Services Municipal Services Manager, Rochelle Klein. I want to welcome both of you to the show. Thanks so much for taking time for us today.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you very much.
So Steve, my understanding is that Recycle a Bicycle got started back in 2017. Can you tell us how it all started?
Well, the thanks all goes to Rochelle. She was out there at the Meridian transfer station and started noticing how many bicycles were being brought there to be disposed of. And realizing that was kind of crazy considering how little effort it would take to make them clean and ready for reuse. She kind of opened it up to us at the Meridian Commission. And we thought it was a wonderful idea. And we've been over there wiping these things down. You know, these are generally gently used bikes that basically people have outgrown, or maybe they don't fill their needs anymore. But they go all the way from, as you mentioned, the toddler bikes and people starting to learn to adults that need a mode of transportation. And so we have been able to divert thousands of bikes from the landfill.
So, Rochelle, how exactly does the program work? And I mean, it sounds like from what our other guest just said is that there are a lot of bicycles that are going into the landfill.
Right. Thank you. Yes, there are several options for dropping off a bike. If you have a bike that you think might not be able to be repaired, even maybe someone backed over it in the driveway, or a bike that you don't use any longer. The Ada County landfill takes bikes. The Canyon County landfill takes bikes for recycling, and then we have a bin at Meridian transfer station for bikes. And eventually, all the bikes make their way back to the Meridian transfer station. And that's where the commission volunteers help repair them. We have a pretty loyal group of folks, including Steve, who's been with this program for 10 years now, helping to fix these up. And it's really if people self-declare they need a bike. So the Meridian event is always our biggest one each year, where we target giving 75 bikes to people who request new bikes. But certainly we, in the interim between events and Meridian, help with people getting out of incarceration, or the kids in the foster care system, or people in one of the shelters locally, or immigrants and refugees. Lots of folks get bikes throughout the year outside of this one big event.
So, Steve, you're part of the Solid Waste Advisory Commission. What is it exactly, and how did you get involved with this program 10 years ago? Because as Rochelle just said, it sounds like the commission, you're the ones that get these bikes repaired and ready to go.
Thank you. Yes, the commission is tasked by the City of Meridian to oversee the collection of trash and recycled materials from in the city. And so we go ahead and recommend programs or recommend changes to programs to make them more cost efficient or more robust, and even recommend ordinance changes to the city for covering the waste activities. And we've just really appreciated the teamwork with Republic Services on this event.
So,
And,
Rochelle,
and each year, the city of Meridian, I have to say thanks to Steve and the city of Meridian, they do donate funds each year. So we strip bikes down, even bikes that don't seem like they have a useful life, like we talked about. We strip the grips off and the pedals, and outside of our volunteers at Meridian City, we do receive a lot of the city of Meridian, first of all, helps us with consumables. So they are very supportive in things like slime for tubes and buying tubes and grips or seats or things that we need on a regular basis to repair bikes. And we also receive a lot of support from the Idaho Department of Corrections. So and the men's prison also will take bikes. They have a fabulous program out there where they're learning to be technicians. And so bikes that we can't get to at Meridian Transfer Station, we have some pretty fantastic folks who shuttle bikes back and forth to the men's prison, where they have a team, I think, of almost 40 people that are learning bike repair skills, and those folks get them ready and then out at the prison, and then they come back to us, and it really helps more than double the volume of bikes that we can get into the hands of recipients. So, but Meridian certainly took the lead on getting funds for consumables and just the leadership of recognizing the program and tying it to city activities.
So, Rochelle, my understanding is that there is an application process for folks to get a bike, but this has become so popular. Did you have to actually stop the application process for a little bit this year?
Yes. So so the last couple of years we've opened it up, and then we didn't close it right away. We generally get over 100 applications. This year we did shut it down at 73, just because if we left it open another week, it would probably get over, it would reach that 100 bike mark pretty fast. So we do, if people contact Republic Services, in the interim, generally we work through social workers at schools, definitely foster care system. People reach out to us if they have needs for bikes throughout the year. But the program through Meridian opened, and it was open, Steve, 3 weeks maybe, I think, and we filled, we took the first 73 orders. So for right now we're holding. We will have 25 to 30 bikes at the event on coming up, I think it's May 16th at Discovery Park from 10 to 2. We will have an additional 25 to 30 bikes for folks that are visiting that event to take home if one of them meets their needs. So those are bikes that are unclaimed at this point.
So, Steve, I've just got a little bit less than 2 minutes. I'd love to know how important this program is to you and to the community, because it seems that it's making a tremendous impact.
Well, obviously, the value is twofold. Now, first off, the smiles on the recipients when they get some kind of a viable transportation is just something that warms your heart year round. But in the meantime, of course, one of the concerns we've got is that there is a limit to how much a landfill can take. And originally it had been supposed to last about 100 years. It's quite a bit shorter now, but anything we can do to go ahead and extend the life of the landfill by keeping something from going in the landfill, hopefully can go ahead and keep the startup costs of whatever's next from hitting us, and maybe keep a generation from having to pay the cost of future waste disposal.
Well, I want to thank both of you for coming on and telling us more about this program. Thank you for your time today. We've been talking with Steve Corey. He is with the City of Meridian Solid Waste Advisory Commission. We've also been talking with Republic Services Municipal Services Manager, Rochelle Klein, talking about Meridian's Recycle a Bicycle program. Applications are closed for this year. However, you can still get a bicycle at the Commission's booth at the Explore Outdoors Bicycle Bonanza. That will be on May 16th at Discovery Park in Meridian. Thanks so much for listening to this episode of Idaho Matters. And for quick news of the day, start your mornings with our podcast. It's called The Connector, Idaho Daily News. If this podcast has become a part of your routine, can you tap 5 stars and leave us a review? It helps us stand out.
Every day on Up First, NPR's Golden Globe-nominated morning news podcast, we bring you 3 essential stories. At the heart of each story are questions. What really happened? What really mattered? What happens next? At NPR, we stand for your right to be curious and to follow the facts. Follow Up First wherever you get your podcasts and start your day knowing what matters and why.